Hello and welcome to the FG podcast. I'm Commander Lillywhite and we are joined by Corporal Asparagus. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Good evening, everyone. I am Corporal Asparagus.
Corporal
Yes.
Asparagus is a part of B Company Mercenary Regiment on AR2. You've actually not been in the fight with USMC yet, but we'll get on to that. We're also joined by Major Source, but unfortunately he does not have a microphone, he cannot talk. And we're also joined by Private Shadow, a friend of Corporal Asparagus. Shadow, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Private Shadow.
Okay, right. Today's podcast is about the war with USMC. This is the first podcast for FG, so do bear in mind it's not the best. Community department is working on future podcasts and such. And we do have a list of questions that will be answered. And also to address some accusations from USMC. We were going to get a diplomat from USMC to join us today, but unfortunately, due to the timings, we cannot. It is a shame. I will also play some music, and I'll actually start that now. Just to give the podcast a little bit of a background. So, the first question on the list is... Let me find it. How did the war start? Funny enough, 𝓙𝓮𝓼𝓽𝓮𝓻 is a peacekeeping organisation. We are not really one for wars, but when we first introduced ourselves to the USMC, for some reason the leader immediately declared war on us. They had no justification, no reason, it just happened. And we're not going to just back down from it for our own reputation's sake. And so far, we are winning the war with 38 kills and 5 deaths. 2 of those deaths have been from civilians who have got them crossed up in combat. Also, if you can hear anything in the background, there is construction going on where I live, so please put up with it. So, Asparagus, have you had any engagements with USMC or taken part in the war? Because I'm not sure. Because I don't obviously
Well,
attend.
funnily enough, I was actually there when war was first declared by the USMC. Me and a few other members of the 𝓙𝓮𝓼𝓽𝓮𝓻 Enterprises were on deployment in APOC land, and
I believe I was in VC for that, but I don't think I was like in game. I believe you guys, that was like our first engagement. I know Imperial Peacekeeping Corps was present. If anybody doesn't know what Imperial Peacekeeping Corps is basically the Imperial Guard for the Admiralty. And the Admiralty is the high ranks of FG that are very important. They don't really tend to take part in combat, but you can see them from time to time. But overall, it is very rare to see Admiralty in the field. They're mostly seen on Discord. Shadow, have you had any engagements with the USMC?
Same as Corporal Asparagus. I was in the VC when it's all started.
Alright. So, the next question was, what are the differences, set... Who wrote these? That is not English. Anyway, basically the difference between protocols and tactics. Now, I'm not fully sure, because they are quite new. Obviously, 𝓙𝓮𝓼𝓽𝓮𝓻 is 3 years old. I've been running it myself for 3 years, but it has gone through many different changes and variations in the past. And this current version has been up for about 8 months now. They are only a couple days old, maybe a week or two. They don't have any set protocols up because they're still actually setting up their subdivisions and whatever else they do, battalions, compared to we already have ours all set up, like Intelligence Agency, IPC, 707th, and then obviously Community Department and all those departments which can be found on our website. It will be linked in the description of this. But overall, I'm not quite sure what their code of conduct is, but our code of conduct can be found on the website and is publicly available. All documentation is publicly available, except for battalion documents. Those are restricted to the battalion only. The next question was, what makes our organisation capable of winning, like combat methods, soldier experience, quality leadership? So, to become an officer in FG, you have to pass a exam with a certain pass rate, as stated on the officer progression. But to become a captain or anyone with any major tactical decisions, you have to pass a multitude of exams and so on and such. Now, it also says what makes us capable of winning. We still don't understand why the USMC decided to declare war on us, because we have 4 times the members they have, just about 5 times actually now, and they only have roughly about 10 to 15, where we're at 100 plus we are in a coalition with another roughly around 1,000 people. So we're not quite sure why they decided to do this, and it is quite strange. But again, we did not provoke the war. We don't want it. It just happened. Also, soldier experience.
Also,
oh yes, go on, Asparagus.
I'd like to add what I feel makes our organisation capable of winning this war is the coordination and the skill sets which quite a few of our soldiers have. They are pretty damn good.
Yeah, especially the Imperial
If I may say
Peacekeeping
so.
Corps, because I mean, they're meant to be. Also, a big thing that is quite successful to our operations is leadership. A lot of our officers and HICOM are always drilled with leadership on how to do things correctly and efficiently, and remaining a calm composure. Now, some people think we are too serious at times. We can be serious, but at times we're also not. But it mostly depends who's present. If Admiralinity's present, it can be quite serious, but when it's like normal officers and such, it can be quite relaxed. And overall, we're a supportive community. We don't judge people, and if people do, they will get punished accordingly to the code of conduct. And that is all stated there. Next question was, will you continue any ties with opposing leadership or basic soldier positions? So, a lot of the USMC did not want the war. Just their leader and their leadership did. And the diplomat that was meant to be joining us was somewhat in oppose of the war, and actually supported us in not wanting it. But there's not a lot we can do about that ourselves, unless we end the war, but that will probably not happen for quite a while. And there'll also be constant updates on the community department about it. The next question was, is there any boundaries or limits that if it comes to will not cross and consider surrender? For us, probably not, but we will not. I may as well just get straight into this actual accusation. The USMC Discord has been hacked. Someone hacked one of their generals, and immediately their leadership came and accused 𝓙𝓮𝓼𝓽𝓮𝓻's headquarters. And they have no evidence, no proof. And quite frankly, it goes against what FG stands for. And we have no reason to do that for a group of their size. They are roughly around, again, 10 to 15. It would make no sense for a group like us, who's also winning the war, to go and do something like that. So, and our intelligence agency seems... They seem to be getting quite desperate to get any win they can, because they have lost every engagement we have had with them. And that kind of covers that question. if they continue to get hacked and accuse us, we'll probably just back out of the war. Not necessarily surrender, but back out and not deal with it, because we don't want to have their harassment of them accusing us of things. But that'll be for HQ and Warfare Department to discuss.
I mean, for the lack of evidence that it was actually 𝓙𝓮𝓼𝓽𝓮𝓻, those are some serious allegations to be making.
It is, and this was addressed within the coalition and this radio station that we're a part of. Unfortunately, I cannot pronounce the name of that radio station. I'm not going to try. It is run by a guy called Plant. He's a very nice guy. We will link their Discord in below. They are an Apocalypse Rising 2 radio station. Very nice people. And they have been covering the war for us and being press. Now, this next one is actually very important. It says, both parties, what is your experience and history of APOC 2? What is the significant history behind your organisation? So, I'm not sure. The USMC is very new. But, 𝓙𝓮𝓼𝓽𝓮𝓻 originally started in a game on Unturned, Steam. And it was in there for about 2 years. And then this year, the third year of FG, it was shut down and reopened multiple times. But this year, we decided to make it a multi-game organisation. And how it works is we have different companies in a regiment, and each company plays on a different game under a major. So like, okay, Major Sword here is the head of this company. He makes the day-to-day decisions, while being overseen by the regiment headquarters, who are then overseen by the admirals, and so on, so on, so on. So, unfortunately, one of our regiments, Grenadier Guards, is very inactive. But that will be somewhat... It's hoping to be corrected by the end of the month. But yeah, we've been up for roughly 3 years. You can find a little bit about information on that on our website, which again will be linked. Sorry if you can hear anything in the background, but again, we have builders here and construction. The next question was addressing the claims of hacking, but we've already kind of covered that. Talk on spies within the organisation, and our intelligence agency is very thorough. We have no spies. That has been cleared, but USMC claims that we have spies in their ranks. Obviously, we cannot confirm or deny this, but they also accused myself of breaking the terms that we set. We never set any terms specifically, but one of them he claimed we set was no spies, which we never went over that topic. But anyway, I see Corporal Teddy wants to join the podcast in the general chat.
You can let Corporal Teddy in.
I can drag him in here, but I'd rather just leave it for now. I'm sure we'll have Teddy on a different podcast in the future. So, the last question on here, any comments on the future alliances, treaties of the war? Oh, if the war continues, sorry. I originally wanted to ally with the USMC, but their leaders wanted war outright without really saying anything.
Cool. I mean, it was quite funny.
It was quite funny, yes. But I have no real comment on that. How about you two? With you, Asparagus, do you have any comment?
I don't believe it is my place to comment, as I am but a mere corporal, so...
True. But, it's more your opinion. Would you like to ally with them, or would you not want to, after all this conflict?
I can picture a future where one day we can be allies, but for the time being, that future seems far off.
I'm just looking at Company General, and the diplomat just is popping a bunch of IC memes in Discord. I just told
I
him to
mean,
stop.
Private Shadow, what do you think? Do you have any comments on future alliances?
Of course, I'd love to have as many allies as possible.
That is,
I think that
it has its pros and cons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this podcast was originally planned for the weekend, but the sooner we can get it out with good quality, the better. And it's quite. We want to build up the community department, but unfortunately, I still need to do a load of documents because not all the documents are done yet. I keep posting loads of pictures in Company General. I don't know what they're doing. We want to build up the community department over time, and overall FG as a whole. Eventually we will like make videos of in-game operations and like a compilation of pictures from different events within FG, so on, so on, so on. The hard thing for people to understand, and there will be two videos on this, is how the Discord works and how we work. At some point there will be a video explaining how to join FG and how to get all the roles and verify and get everything done. Because it's a big confusion, not a lot of people understand it. So there will be a video made on that, and that'll be posted on our headquarters Discord. Now we do have 9 Discord servers. Each company has their own, each battalion and headquarters, and then we have a Discord called the GSA, the Global Solidarity Alliance. That's for allies, and it's not really a public Discord, but it is still there. And I think you can still join it through the website. I'm not sure if it's linked. But there, it's mostly for allied leaders. And then we also have the community department Discord, which this is where this video will be posted, and this is where all the YouTube and all the community department bits and bobs get posted. It is run by Lieutenant Colonel Jack the Jester, but he is also known as Lieutenant Colonel Hammer. He changes his name a lot. And there's also Lieutenant Colonel Thorn. He's part of management department, so he already gets a spot in the community department. And it's also, you have senior department member Destiks, who's a lieutenant. Very nice person. Also, within FG, it's... what's the word? People think we are strict, but we're not as strict as people think. And
I would like to also add what you said about what's the name? Jack the Jester.
Yeah.
He is the leader of the community department.
He's the manager of the community department currently, yes.
Yes, I remember. He is from the couple of interactions that I have had with him, he is a example of how booked we are.
He can be... he can be quite something at times. He definitely likes in the HQ chat that's restricted to Lieutenant Colonel Plus and Major Plus. He can be quite something at saying things, but it's kept within like the leadership of FG. So yeah. He is also responsible for the credits, channel on the website, and you can on all of the on all documents and such. You can always see who wrote them, because the last person who updated the documents, because it's per standard for officers to do that. It's also, we're going to make a video to explain the duties of an officer and the duties and the day-to-day running of FG, because officers have got like the worst job in FG. they like, for example, when you log a new applicant, because FG is all made up of applicants, unlike some other groups where as soon as you join you get put into their ranks, which is we're very not good with that, because it kind of decreases morale, and overall you can get spies and that quite easily from just drafting people who join immediately. I'm just going to tell them to stop posting loads of pictures in company general. Actually, Source, could you tell them, please? Because that'd be great. Where was I? Sorry, I kind of just lost focus.
I think we all did.
Yeah. Podcasts aren't meant to be extremely serious, but they're meant to be a mix.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, from what this seems like, it seems that it's more of an update.
It's kind of an
anything
update,
else.
kind of a podcast. It's a bit of a mix. Overall, it's just a nice thing to do, and get the media up a little bit. I really hope my audio didn't break, and the podcast is still on record, and you guys can hear this. But we went through a lot of technical difficulties this morning with audio, as you were witness to that, Asparagus.
Yes, it was dreadful.
Quite something. So, yes, I will link the website in for FG. You can go there and you can find links to all of our Discords that are public, all public documentation. 1 or 2 documents might be restricted just due to a technical difficulty on the management department side as they were making documents. I noticed that this morning. They have been notified, so that will be changed soon, hopefully. And I hope you enjoyed the podcast. I hope anyone who watches this, you do join FG, or you at least appreciate what we try to do. I know this was a very small insight on what we do, and mostly an update, as Corporal Asparagus said. But it was very much needed, especially due to all the recent accusations. Anyway, have a nice day or evening or night, depending on where you are and what time it is.